Hi guys, my name is Talia Siegel and thank you so much for coming back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to be explaining to you guys how to get your tie-dye set. I'm going to explain 2 different patterns, how I did it. This video is basically, I want to say like 15 different tutorials that I watched. I got my best result after literally like 5 different trial runs. What I will say, like number 1, before even we get started with the video, it doesn't matter what tutorial you watch, you can watch basically any, they will all explain it great. But what I will say is you should definitely do trial runs. Take old shirts that you have at home that you don't care about, pajamas, whatever it is, first try it out on them because, as I said, I tried it so many different times and it does not always work well. So try it out before. Before I will get into all the ins and outs and what I did, doesn't matter what you tie-dye, make sure it's 80% plus cotton. So if you have something that's polyester or if you have something that's 50%, not going to hold well after trying to dye something that was like 50-50, it doesn't work, it's really aggravating, don't do it. So if you are ordering something online or if you have something at home, just make sure that it's 80 plus. So I will just start from the beginning. I wanted to do a tie-dye set. I wanted a pants and like a sweater so I could have it for the winter / colder nights that we are having now. I wanted pants and a shirt and like pants and a sweater, and I ordered the pants from one site and I ordered the sweater shirt from another site. The pants came, they were white, they were great, they were a size medium, they were a little big, but it doesn't really matter. And then I ordered this sweater, shirt, whatever, from a different site, and it said white online, and it came not white, it came cream. So I took the shirt and I put it into water and bleach for around a half an hour, and it did sort of fade out the cream color, not 100%, but really wasn't a big deal. I didn't care at that point, and I just said, whatever, I will try to fade it out with the color. So even if you try to get white, you don't always get white. Also, if it's not white and you do order 2 cream colors, it's fine. It's just, I wanted it to be like basically the same color, but if you do get cream, it's not that big of a deal. So everything I'm going to be explaining also will be written down below. I'll write a description with all the products that you need. If I miss something, so you can just check that out. I will also link different sets, stuff that I find that you can dye, that you can order online, so it'll be a little easier for you guys. And yeah, so let's just get started. So dye stains really badly. So wear a smock, wear something over you because you will damage your clothes, so put on things that you don't care about. Definitely recommend doing this outside because it makes a huge mess. So I did this outside on our table. I put garbage bags all around. I got everything prepared. I took a bucket, put water and ash in it. If you don't have ash, you can add salt to it. A lot of like tie-dye sets come with ash, so if you don't have it, just add salt, not a big deal. Lay everything out. Also get your color prepared. Each dye has its own instructions of how to mix it. Just read whatever it says and mix it accordingly. So first you're gonna take your shirt and you're gonna put it into the water, take it out of the water, make sure it's wet but not too wet. And we're gonna be starting the first thing with the crumpled. So I took the shirt and I crumpled it all up, like basically how it sounds, and then I started adding my rubber bands. What I wanted to happen was I just basically wanted a ball, as many rubber bands as I could put onto it. Basically with the rubber bands, it's just, it makes the shapes. More rubber bands, cooler shapes you get, so add as many as you can. That's the shirt. Then I took the pants, and I started off, because the pants are obviously bigger and like 2 different sections, so I started off, I crumpled it all up. I started off on one side of the leg, and as I was crumpling, I was adding rubber bands, and then I went to the other side, crumpled, added rubber bands, and then I connected them and made like basically just a bigger ball. So after you're done with all the crumple and you got your shape and you got your ball, you're gonna add the dye. Take your dye and you just start pouring it all around. It doesn't have to be even, it doesn't have to be anything, but just put as much dye as you can, because the color does definitely fade, and the more dye you put in, it's just the better result you'll get. This is literally like I put so much dye into it and yet it does fade, which is completely what I wanted, but you definitely need as much dye as you can put into it. Did the pants, did the shirt, turned it around, added more. Also, if you want to do 2 different colors, you just take both of your bottles and equally just spray it all around. Doesn't really matter the technique, it's not a big deal, it'll look the same, it's crumpled. So turn it around, do the same, add as much dye as you can, and then put it aside. After we're done with the crumple, now we're gonna move on to the spiral. Now the spiral, I wanted to do like a shirt that I could wear for the beach. I wanted it to be pink and yellow, something very cool. So I can just pop it over a bathing suit. What you do is you spread out your shirt and you start from the middle. Basically, you can also do this with I saw some people that did it with a fork. I just did it with like my hands. I took it from you can see it obviously better in the video. I took it from the middle, started turning it until you get like really a spiral. Tried to make it as tight as I can so I could really get the shape well. And once I turned it all around and I got the shape, I started adding my rubber bands. So rubber bands, add them all. And as I said, I wanted it in 2 different colors, so I did a pink and a yellow. And I just sort of divided it into like, I think it was like 8 different sections, and just did pink, yellow, and just evened it out, turned it around, and did the same. So basically, because you're doing 2 different colors, you can also do 3, 4, 5, whatever amount of colors. You just want it to be not too even, but like, you don't want the pink and the yellow next to each other. So you get the spiral effect. So after you're done with all of the dye and all the rubber bands and all the color and you've got everything in, now the reason I am telling you guys about all these different stages is because I one time didn't do this stage and I one time didn't do that stage, and it just doesn't work. I don't have an explanation of why it didn't work. It just doesn't. I just felt like sometimes in all the videos that I watch is they don't say something very critical, is it doesn't always work. Doesn't, like, the color doesn't always stick. So the reason I'm telling you guys about all these different stages is do them. Like, really, if you want the color to stick, these are just the stages that I did that I found that stuck the best. So, as I was saying, after you're done, you take the shirt, sweater, whatever you did, you take it and you put it into a plastic bag and you let that sit for about 12 to 24 hours. Mine were 24 hours because I just didn't have time and didn't go back to the dye, didn't go back to the shirt to open them. So after the 12, 24 hours are done, you take out the shirt will still be wet, and you let it out to dry, however long that takes. And so after it's completely dry, you're gonna take it and you're gonna wash it in the sink. Now the reason you're doing this is because you want to get the color out and you don't want to ruin your washing machine, so you want to get as much color out. Now, as you can see with the pants, I started from the bottom. Now, I don't recommend just putting it under the water and just letting the color come out. I recommend doing section by section so you don't get the colors mixed. Now, with the pants and the shirt, the white and pink, it doesn't really matter, but as soon as you go and you do more colors, if you just put it underneath, I just found like the colors kind of blended, and I didn't want that. So really just try to section it out as much as you can and try to get as much of the color out. Obviously you won't, like if you want to stand underneath the sink for like an hour, you'll get it all out, but you probably won't. So try to get as much as you can, and then after you're done with that, you can put it into the washing machine and you're done. By the way, it's really windy outside, so if you guys hear weird noises, it's the wind. So that's basically it. This is how the set looks standing up. It's a lighter version. The dye, when I mixed it, I didn't add too much dye because I didn't want it to be a very, very strong pink, to be more of a subtle white pink set and not like in your face pink. And also the shirt, it'll be great for going to the beach. Also, there's like literally so many different shapes and so many different techniques that you guys can do. So if you guys just want to have your basis and like go online and look at different techniques, you can also do that. This is what my boyfriend did, and basically just have fun with it. I love doing it. I think it's such a fun activity. I like being creative and doing my own thing, and really just don't take it too seriously. Have fun with it and do your best. So that's it. I really hope you guys liked the video, and if you did, I would love it if you guys could subscribe and like, and hopefully I'll be uploading more videos soon. And that's it. Bye guys.